Now we are starting with the physical capital, and we are considering land as a physical. First one, physical. Land is a fixed capital. So we have earlier only discussed that in fixed capital we have land. So land in the fixed capital. Farming is the main occupation or activity in Palanpur, because we have already discussed this in the overview. 75% of the people who are working are dependent on farm for their livelihood. So out of the total working population of Palanpur, 75%, you can say, that is 3/4 of the total is dependent on the farming for their livelihood. They could be farmers or farm labor. So they have again two categories. One are farmers, those who go and work on others farm, farmers, those who have their own land, or farm laborers. The well-being of these people is closely related to the production of farms. So their life or the living standard or their livelihood, or how do they live, it's completely related to what is produced in the farm. But remember that there is a basic constraint in raising farm production. Land area under cultivation is practically fixed. Like there was a ratio in 1960, the land was cultivated land was fixed by government. You cannot take all land in the cultivation land, because they need more land for industries, development, housing, infrastructure of the country. So they have segregated a certain percentage of land only for agriculture. So the land area under cultivation is practically fixed. Since 1960 in Palanpur, there has been no expansion in land under cultivation. Under cultivation, by then some of the wasteland in the village had been converted to cultivated land. See, the people of Palanpur has converted the wastelands, which we think they are barren, they don't have sufficient mineral to grow crops and all that, but somehow they managed to put that land under the land of cultivation. They have converted that. There exists no further scope to increase the farm productivity by bringing new land. And so see, if the population increases also, but there is no chance of increasing any sort of the area under the cultivation land. So the only area is left, they need to get maximum, and that too of a good quality of what land these people are available. Here something are very important which you really need to mark and remember. The standard unit of measuring land is hectare, though in the villages you may find land area being discussed in local units such as biga and gunta. Till here you need to, these words are really important, biga and gunta. They many times they are asked in the objectives. Okay, and this is the calculation or mathematical explanation of what is 1 hectare. Now second point in this is there a way one can grow from same land? See, the last point has make us understand that there is no way to increase any sort of agriculture land. So definitely we need to think on that. Is there any way we can increase the production from the same land? So we will be trying to understand over here. In this kind of crops grown and facility available, Palanpur would resemble a village of the western part of the state of Uttar Pradesh. So here, like Palanpur city is resembling any small village of Uttar Pradesh. All land is cultivated in Palanpur. No land is left idle. So whatever they have used in cultivation. Even some wastelands they have converted it. Now how they are doing agriculture or cultivation over there? So the land which have the fixed land which they have it, they are getting maximum out of this. They have divided them throughout the year. See, during the rainy season, means kharif crop, farmers grew juar and bajra. These names you need to remember. Juar and bajra during the kharif season. These plants are used as cattle feeding because they have dairy products, so they need to feed the cattle only. It is followed by the cultivation of potato between October and November, because this is cultivated within 2 to 3 months. Potatoes are cultivated between 2 to 3 months. Now, in winter season, means in Rabi season, fields are sown with wheat. From the wheat production, farmers keep enough wheat for the family's consumption and sell the surplus wheat at the market at Raiganj. A part of the land is also devoted to sugarcane, which is harvested only once every year. Sugarcane in its raw form or the jaggery is sold in the traders with the shapur. So maximum they do this type of rotation in the agriculture over there. But only some time they have allotted some only sugarcane, but that crop is throughout the year. So if you look at them, the same land which is they are having it, they are using throughout the year in three different forms. In Kharif season, during rainy season, they grow the food which is good for cattle. They have dairy farming, so again it is a source of earning. Then they grow potatoes for 3 months, and rest of the 5 months they grow wheat. They keep the wheat for their family, and surplus is sent in the market. The main reason why farmers are able to grow three different crops in a year is a Palampur is due to well developed system of irrigation. Because after rainy season, from where to get the water supply for rest of the growing. So they have a very well developed system of irrigation, so they are able to grow all throughout the year. Electricity came early to Palampur. Its the major impact was the transform the system of irrigation. Earlier Persian wheel, there was earlier a wheel in a tube well or in a tube well, or mostly tube well, they have Persian wheel, like they have bucket thing, and it's a big wheel. It keeps on rotating, pulling the bucket and throwing out of the tube well. It is a time consuming, but due to proper irrigation and electricity, they were able to do all these three different types of cropping throughout the year. People saw that the electric run tube wells could irrigate much faster. And a very large area, so it was very effective for them. Farmers started setting up. So earlier the government has put some tube wells, and later on they have also put up their own tube wells, and by mid 1970s the entire area of 200 hectares was irrigated. Now, to grow more than one crop on a piece of land during the year is known as multiple cropping. It is most common way of increasing production on a given piece of land. This is important because they are not able to increase the land area. So what is the option left them? Utilize the land in a maximum format so that you can get maximum out of the given land. All farmers in the Palampur grow at least two main crops. Many are growing potato as the third crop in the past 15 to 20 years. Now, it is important to understand this. You have seen that one way of increasing production from the same land is by multiple cropping. The other way is to use modern farming methods for higher yield. Yield is measured as a crop produced on a given piece of land during say single season. This is important point you need. They mostly ask this in a short answers or define. Till mid 1960s, the seed used in cultivation were traditional ones which relatively low yields. Traditional seeds need less irrigation. Farmers can use natural form of fertilizer which is available in their villages, cow dung and other natural manure. All these were readily available with the farmers who did not have to, and they did not have to invest them. Now, one way to do multiple cropping and another way is to grow one crop in a year only, and in the same piece of land with a one crop you can get a huge amount of yield, and that came with the Green Revolution. The Green Revolution in late 1960 introduced the Indian farmer to the cultivation of wheat and rice using high yield variety of seeds. This seeds gives 3, 4, 5 times of output. Compared to the traditional seeds, the high yield variety seeds promise to produce much greater amount of grain on a single plant. As a result, the same piece of land will now produce far larger quantities of food grains than was possible earlier. Now, these seeds grow very high amount of that, but even they can now to help them they need many other things. However, they need plenty of water, chemical fertilizer and a big harvesting machines. pesticides to protect produce best results. High yields were possible only from a combination of HYY seeds, irrigation, chemical fertilizer and pesticides. Farmers of Punjab, Haryana and Western Uttar Pradesh were the first to try out this. Now the farmers need to have a tube well for irrigation. They need to have money to buy chemical fertilizers, pesticides in the farming. Some of them bought farm machinery like tractors and thrashers because they need to thrash the grains. Earlier they were doing it manual, but as the yield is very 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 high, they need to have the machines for them. Okay. In Palampur, the yield of wheat grown from the traditional variety was 1300 kgs per hectare, and here is 3200 kgs, so it is almost 2.5 times. Same land, if you are using traditional methods, that is 1300 kgs, and if you are using the other method, means you are using HYV seeds, then it is 3200 kgs. There was a large increase in the production of wheat. Farmers now had greater amounts of surplus wheat to sell in the market. Sell in the market. So you can understand, so modern farming methods require the farmer to start more cash than before. So this all includes, if you look at the increase of production, you can see that a lot of amount is involved when you start using HYV seeds. You need to buy chemical fertilizer, you need to buy pesticides, irrigation is much required, you need to invest in the machinery. Definitely the output is more, so you are able to balance it. On the other hand, the traditional method, it's the same, the less, because you are doing completely on natural.